Hi everybody, this is the baseball height, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion. Your host, hi, and welcome back to Baseball Head. Hope you like this video and hit that subscribe button. So as we get ready for the World Series, I know, not looking forward to it. I don't know how much I'm watching. I probably do just a lot of videos for you folks on our Mets, and this video will be going up before the World Series. But this was actually a rumor, and it's a pretty big rumor, about a blockbuster trade that the Mets could be involving one of their prospects. Now, if you want to know about this, hit that subscribe button. And, of course, leave comments in the comment section. Like the video. I read all the comments. I try to respond if I can to everybody. I do my best. Some people don't respond. I respond as much as I can. But here's from the sporting news. Here's some sporting news. Headline, Reds could trade for former Mets top prospect the BLOCKBUSTER lineup for 2025. Let's dig into this. I found this article and I dug into this. It's a very involved trade. The Cincinnati Reds have a very bright future ahead of them, despite a 77-85 finish in 2024. They won 82 games last year and recently hired Terry Francona to be their next manager. He's going to do a great job there. He's going to really, there's not going to be any questions about the manager now. It's going to be all on the players. And that's the best thing that can happen for any organization, is you take away the problems of the manager as an issue. The team is full of young stars that are ready to take the next step and can do so with the right pieces added to the puzzle. They've had a little bit of uncertainty at the third base position, haven't exactly found a long-term solution. But Kerry Miller of the Bleacher Report believes they could find it this offseason, okay? A proposed blockbuster deal has them acquiring Brett Beatty from the New York Mets and a three-way trade that would send Noelvi Marte to the Los Angeles Dodgers and right-handed pitcher from the Dodgers to the Mets. Beatty had a career OPS of .607 and 169 games played with them when the Mets sent him back to AAA and turned this season around, Miller wrote. Perhaps switching from Marte to Beatty at third base could be the solution to what has been a non-stop revolving door at their hot corner for the Reds since trading away Eugenio Suarez in March of 2022. Beatty was supposed to be the third baseman of the future for the Mets. However, he's essentially been squeezed out of his spot thanks to the emergence of slugger Mark Vientos. Mark Vientos has become a star. He's become a star right in front of our eyes, especially in the postseason. He became just a beast. Cincinnati could be the perfect landing spot for Beatty, who still has a bright future ahead of him. Perhaps mixing him in with some of Cincinnati's top young players could rejuvenate his career. The Reds haven't gotten what they wanted so far out of Marte, so it makes sense to give Beatty a look if they want to improve for 2025. It'll be interesting to see if a deal materializes. Now, the Mets part of this deal would be getting Bobby Miller. Now, Bobby Miller obviously was with the Dodgers this year. He didn't have a good year. He had a terrible year. He had an ERA close to 7. Last year, he won 11 games last year. He had a very good year. If I remember right, his ERA was around 2.95, the low threes, something like that. I'm doing off the top of my head. But he has a lot of talent, and he had a very good season last year. So that would be good. The Mets need some young pitching in here. And you got to find places that have pitching. Now, the Dodgers don't have a lot of deep pitching. That's why they kind of went with these bullpen games against the Mets, because their bullpen is, their starters are very... they're not the best. But Bobby Miller pitched really well for the Dodgers last year. And at least with that side of it. And then they could put Marte at third base or whatever they want to do with him, play him around a little bit. But with the Mets, this would be a very good deal because, like I said, the Mets need young pitching in here. As you know, Christian Scott was lost for the season. He had to get Tommy John surgery. So he's not going to pitch at all next year for the Mets. We're not going to see him again, God willing, until 2026. And the two closest guys the Mets have in the farm system that are close to the majors is Blade Tidwell, who's the Mets' 7th overall best prospect, and Brandon Sprout, who's the Mets' best prospect. And he's right now in AAA. Pitched in single A last year, and then he went to double A, and this year to finish up, he finished in AAA. But it was a little slow. He didn't pitch all that great in AAA. But these are guys that are not quite ready. But Bobby Miller, if he pitches well in spring training, even for the Dodgers, he'll be pitching in their rotation no matter what happens in the World Series tonight. But these are players. This is not a big deal, but but the Mets would be getting a guy that's had some warts, he's had some difficulties, and obviously the Reds would be getting a player that's had some difficulties. Marte is a player that would have some difficulties. This is actually not a bad proposed trade. Sometimes I find these proposed trades and they're garbage, but this is actually a very good, very well thought out trade, and there's a lot of upside for all three teams. So it's not a disaster. Sometimes you get these trade proposals from these different writers, don't know what they're talking about, and it's a disaster. But with these kind of deals, with this particular deal, this three-way trade between the Mets, the Dodgers, and the Reds, it's actually not bad. So the Mets would send Brett Baty to the Reds. The Dodgers would send Bobby Miller to the Mets, and the Reds would send Noelvi Marte to the Dodgers. So that's not a bad trade for any of these three teams. So, well, you let me know what you think about this video. Of course, just a reminder, we have memberships here, so please check them out. And of course, send me super thanks. I do a great job here. It's a great way to tip me and a great way to support the channel. And I thank you for coming by. Please hit the subscribe button. Have a good day, and I'll see you later.